World War II was a time of great danger. Nazi Germany threatened the world. Britain needed every advantage to fight back. Secretly, a group of ordinary people became heroes. They were called Britain's secret listeners. These listeners were not soldiers. They were not spies. They were everyday citizens. Some were amateur radio operators. Others were refugees who had fled Nazi Germany. They all had one thing in common: the ability to speak and understand German. These listeners played a vital role in the war. They listened to German radio communications. They recorded what they heard. This information was then sent to code breakers. The code breakers worked tirelessly to decipher the enemy's messages. Britain needed many listeners. The government put out a secret call. They asked for volunteers with knowledge of the German language. Many amateur radio operators stepped forward. They were eager to use their skills for their country. Refugees from Germany and Austria also answered the call. They were eager to help defeat the Nazi regime. They understood the German language and culture. This made them invaluable assets. They could often understand slang and regional dialects. These nuances were often missed by others. These volunteers were trained in secret locations. They learned how to operate sophisticated listening equipment. They learned how to identify different types of German communications. They also learned the importance of secrecy. Their work was highly classified. They could not tell anyone, not even their families, about what they were doing. The work of the secret listeners was crucial. German military communications were heavily coded. However, even coded messages had patterns. Listeners helped identify these patterns. They noted down frequencies, call signs, and any unusual activity. This information was invaluable to the code breakers at Bletchley Park. Bletchley Park was the top-secret British code-breaking centre. The information from the listeners helped them break German codes. This gave the Allies a significant advantage. The listeners' work was not without its challenges. They often had to work long and tedious hours. They listened to static and interference for hours on end, but they never gave up. They knew that their work was vital to the war effort. The secret listeners' contributions remained largely unknown for many years. Their work was shrouded in secrecy. However, their efforts had a significant impact on the outcome of the war. One example of their success was their role in the Battle of the Atlantic. The Battle of the Atlantic was a long and crucial campaign. The Germans were using U-boats to sink Allied ships. The listeners intercepted German communications about U-boat movements. This information helped the Allies to track and destroy the U-boats. The secret listeners also played a role in the D-Day landings. They intercepted German communications about their defenses. This information helped the Allies to plan a successful invasion. The secret listeners were true heroes of World War II. They worked tirelessly in secret. They made a significant contribution to the Allied victory. Their dedication and sacrifice should never be forgotten.